Hey Capricorn, this is your general tarot reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising Sign for the month of April. Capricorn, my love, let's do as we always do. We're going to shuffle the cards and wait on the right ones to come out for you, my love. And in the meantime, let's talk about the energies that you may feel throughout the month. So, we're leaving behind March as the first card hops out. Yeah, going to put it down there and wait on the rest of them. We're leaving behind March, still feeling a little bit of the effect of the full moon in Libra, in your 10th house. Now this is a moment where you could have been under extra pressure or stress to perform a duty, to meet all the things that you've given your word to do. I promised this person that I would do that and I'm going to stick by it. I've given my word to be this person, I'm going to stick by it. I've said I'm going to do that work or fulfill that contract, I'm going to do it. So there was pressure on for you to be seen in some way as somebody who is able to stick to their word, somebody who is able to be a good partner, maybe business partner, or somebody that's easy to work with. And you were determined, but as I said, you were put under pressure. Now with the full moon in the 10th house in Libra, it could be that some of you are finishing up a contract in work. And maybe it kind of was an emotional decision. Like maybe when you saw your contract was up for renewal, maybe you had a bit of, will I re-sign a new contract or won't I? It was a bit of pressure, a bit of, what do I want to do here? Do I really want to commit again to another contract or another relationship with somebody? Do I really want to form a bond with that person? So some of you have decided no. And some of you have ended all contact, maybe with a contract or something like that. But then some of you might need a little bit more time, because strangely enough, same as last month, and it's not common, this month, again on April 19th, there's another full moon in Libra in the 10th house. So it's like doing this thing in sections almost. So what is this thing that you're getting emotional about? It's got to do with your work, your career, your direction in your career. It's got to do with feeling overly responsible or even overly ambitious to fulfill something that you've given your word to, as I said. But somewhere along the line now, Capricorn, it's like, do I really, really want to recommit to something? Because if I commit to this, I'm giving my word again to be responsible. Do I want to do this? Maybe I need to think twice about this. If it's yes, wonderful. If it's no, then you've been given the gift of having that time to really discover what you need. So that's quite nice. Now, the sun supporting you in Aries. This is Aries season. It can be quite a challenging season for you, Capricorn, but it's very much an empowering season if you can work through any difficulties that might crop up. If you can push past them, then you kind of get 10 times, well, let's not exaggerate, you just kind of get extra stronger if you can face things head on this month with a lot of spirit, with a lot of determination, and with a lot of, I will make this right, I will fix this, you know? So with the sun in Aries in the 4th house, the focus is on a few things. It's on your family. You want to stay at home. You want a bit of quiet time, reflective time. Time to really get your family around you. To feel at home. Maybe to go back home and touch base with some family members. But just to feel that you're nourished, you're protected, you're safe. A place where you can watch all your nice movies. A place where nobody's interrupting you, where you're eating good quality food and feeling, I'll just say safe, feeling familiar with something, which in turn, Capricorn, seems to make you feel good on the inside. Whatever's going on, it seems, this month, there's a real need for you to feel very in a good space inside to prepare yourself, you know, that kind of way. So family are very important. Now, for those of you who are thinking of changing home, moving home, redecorating your home, this is a good month. Maybe the second half of the month, the energy might get a bit stronger, but this is a good time to maybe do a few new things, dealing with your family life or your home life. Even just inviting your family or your tribe, the people that you consider your family, you know, get them around you, bring them home, have lunches, have dinners, do things pleasant with them, so that will feed you, nourish you, get back into a good space on an emotional level. Yeah, could be a very emotional month, Capricorn, for you, very, very emotional, where you're feeling extra sensitive, where you feel that it's better if I don't meet up with those people, it's better if I don't go there, it's better, I just feel that I'm a bit too raw and sensitive to be dealing with people I don't want to deal with, because I have other things on my mind, and we'll talk about them in a few moments. Now, as we enter the month, Venus and Mercury are in Pisces in the 3rd house, along there with Neptune. So your mind is on trying to say something, trying to communicate something, and trying to bring a flow to that. So if you're trying to end a contract maybe in work, or change some work dynamic up, or the responsibilities that you have in work, it's all on your mind. How do I say it? What's the right way to say this where I can make it flow? And in some cases, what's the right way to sever a contract or sever a partnership or relationship with somebody where it ends well, where I'm not screwed out of money and we end on good terms, you know? So that's something else that's on your mind. Mars is in Gemini in your 6th house, to do with your workspace, your work environment, your daily habits and your health. So a lot of energy and focus and determination are going into cleaning up your diet, maybe going to the gym, working off some energy, extra energy, maybe in the gym, or using some of that extra energy to really focus on tidying up your life, tidying up certain spaces, your workspace, your home, maybe doing a big clean out at home. And I can see why that's happening, but we'll get there in a minute. This is actually quite a jam-packed month. So I'm trying to keep some order on this as I'm explaining it to you. Yeah, keep some order with Mars in the 6th house. That's exactly what you're doing. It's the same energy as I just said, wait a minute, I need to keep some order on all of this stuff that's going on in my life right now. And you will be doing it, getting a bit of organization back into areas that might have been a little bit chaotic or confusing or a bit weird, and even at times maybe a bit shady. 6th house is sometimes where you get vibes that somebody is working secretly against you, and there might be a moment where you're putting all your energy into observing this and saying, let me see, am I right or wrong here? Are you actually trying to sabotage my work? Are you actually trying to throw shade at me so that I stop putting my attention to the important things and focus on you? You're unnecessary. Bye. That's all you need to say there. Unnecessary distractions, unnecessary things or people. This is not the month for them. This is not where they get your focus. Absolutely not, because you're focused on bigger things this month, Capricorn. Now, April 5th, new moon in Aries in the 4th house. Again, two things, wanting to open up and explore, for some of you practically wanting to do something with your home, repair, fix, manage, change home, move home. This is a month where you might be feeling that you want to put a bit more energy into that, a bit more of your Capricorn magic into making that blossom and grow. So it's a good energy for you. And also it's a good energy to start including more family or your tribe in your life. I'm feeling that strongly here, Capricorn. This is a month where you need your good people around you, your good, trustworthy tribe around you, family, people that you don't have to put on any show for, just people that will sit with you in silence, watch stupid crap on TV and feel that it's all okay. The people you don't have to pretend with, you need them around you. You can't be it's not the month, let's say, for you to be so deeply on your own without feeling the comfort and love of others. And even if that's your pets, you know, Mars in the 6th house, taking care of your pets and putting energy and love and fun into doing things with them, you know, and maybe even training a new pet, you know, with Mars in Gemini, the one who communicates. He's trying to say, now don't pee on the floor, you know. So it could be some of you doing something like that. But it's all where your energy is supposed to be this month, because there are big things. We'll begin with it. Okay, April 10th, Jupiter retrograding in Sagittarius in your 12th house. The 12th house is where we are deeply spiritual, deeply connected to the cosmos, deeply connected to something much more, where we are free, unrestricted, unbound, no problems. We just float in potential and possibility. And with Jupiter retrograding this month, he wants to remind you of that. He wants you to remind you that some of the more difficult things you've been through over the last few years, that it's now time to start finding a new perception about them, a perspective on them, about finding a new way to win through them, finding a new way to be free of them. Sagittarius is the one who wants to be free. And Jupiter saying, come back. Sagittarius has something that it wants to show you, and I'm going to expand it. You need to bring back a sense of trust, hope, and faith into yourself and your world again. And not to feel like just because you've lost so many things in recent times, Capricorn, it doesn't mean that you are that. You are not a loser. You are not somebody who always loses in the end. You are not that. Because he wants to ask, because Jupiter is quite a riddle maker, not kind of like mercurial energy, but differently. He wants to educate you on a very deep level. So the theme of when is winning losing, and when is losing winning? And this is very key. You've got to understand this concept, and got to have got to be insulated with some level of faith in the universe that it does actually know what it's doing. It wants you to learn that lesson, that not all things that are lost are losses, you know, and not all things that are won are winnings, you know. What was the name, the famous battle, the Battle of Heraclea, where there was a Pyrrhic victory. He won the battle but lost the war. And it's a theme. I'm getting stuck on that. Why? Because it seems to be quite important. It seems to be the first thing that will be coming to you this month, Capricorn, with Sagittarius and Jupiter. It is, you've got to stop seeing yourself as somebody who always loses. You're ambitious, you're focused, you're determined, and you have been pushing, Capricorn. But it's not enough just for your target, Sagittarius, the archer, spotting something at once and hitting it dead on and then following it. It's not enough to keep hitting targets. Life shouldn't be a series of targets that you say, done that, yeah. It can't be like that. There is more depth. Life is more profound than that. There's more colour, there's more experience. There's more that can be felt and understood here, Capricorn. And when you kind of unravel this as Jupiter is retrograding, and you see that there is much more depth to you than just being somebody who ticks all the boxes. Yep, I have the right house. Yep, I have the right car. Yep, I have the right job with the right position. Yep, right family, right partner, right location. Box, ticked. That's just a sequence of crap in the end that means nothing unless there's something of real value behind it. Sure, have all those things. By all means, encourage yourself to have more of those things. But now the question is, Would it matter if you didn't have those things? And if the answer is yeah, then why? Why? Some of you have lost relationships. Some of you have lost friends over the last few years. Some of you have gone through peaks and troughs where you were doing great in business and then boom, lost everything. Some of you have had very deep, significant losses in your health and areas like that. We know. But how can you go through life feeling that I am a loser because you have lost something? You can't do it, Capricorn. You have to now focus on supporting yourself on a very deep, spiritual, supportive way to make sure that you don't start identifying as a victim. That you don't start identifying as somebody who, look at me, I try harder than everybody else and I fall harder than everybody else. Open up now and release some of the things that you should have let go a long time ago. And the things you should have let go a long time ago are the things that were maybe taken from you. So they're gone. Let go of them in your spirit. Let go of them in your psyche. Excuse me. And start making space for new things to come to you. Deeper things, more meaningful things, better things, more things. But this time, they've got to mean something to you. Otherwise, they're just hollow toys and things that you've just checked on a list. So it's a big thing. And this in turn, Capricorn, brings you back maybe that sense of connection to the universe, connection to the cosmos that may have also been severed as you felt you had been losing certain things. You know? What was it? I have it written down here because I knew I'd forget it. Marcus Aurelius said, "Misfortune nobly born is good fortune." Misfortune nobly born, nobly carried, is actually good fortune. Because when you realize that a misfortune can teach you so much. I mean, you know for sure that you will learn 10 times more, 10 times quicker, and 10 times better if you lose at something. Because you say, I'm not going to lose again, I'm going to try harder, think smarter, put more energy into it, and I'm going to succeed more. And you learn how to be better by doing that. So have this month the time to just meditate on the idea of having grace, which you do have, Capricorn. This is not something that you have to kind of hammer into shape. You have it. You have grace. You have dignity. You have a good character. And I mean, Saturn, your ruler, rules the bones. You have goodness into the bones of you. Decency. Continue bearing some of the things with that sense of decency so that they are no longer seen as losses, but rather things that make you stronger. And because you're now developing this new attitude, Capricorn, this new attitude will prove to be one of your greater or the greatest strength you have as you go back out there, maybe meeting a new love, starting a new relationship, starting a new business, a new life path, a new journey, finding new friends. Trust that you have the grace, dignity and decency right down into your marrow to allow the universe bring that to you. The one thing you will never be able to control, my love, is the universe, you know? But all you can do is certainly control your response to what the universe brings. Sorry, Capricorn. So, having said all that, now we'll address the big thing that's happening this month. And it's happening until around September, October. And that is Saturn, your ruler, is going retrograde in your first house. And you're like, I knew you were sweetening me up for something. I knew you had that long preamble because I knew there was something crap coming at the end. Saturn, my ruler, retrograde. And what the hell does he want from me now? Yeah, I thought you were gone on your merry way. What, you're doubling back? Why? What did I do wrong this time? You know, you did nothing wrong. Pluto is also retrograding this month in your first house. And the reason why I was talking about the things I just spoke about before were to show you where you're going to get your support as Saturn and Pluto come and ask some big questions. They want to come and ask you, how are you doing shaping up this new version of you? Have you been working on it? Now, I know you have, and I know Capricorns are really sick to the teeth now at this stage of hearing new you, you're changing, new you, you're going through a transformation. You're like, tell me about it. That's all I seem to be doing. All I seem to be doing is just trying to keep up with all the changes. I can never seem to stop and stay still long enough to grab hold of who I am. Who am I? I'm just a feather on the wind being knocked around by all the universal things that are happening. Where do I stand? Who am I? Well, they're the questions. Pluto's coming back and he's saying, who's got control here? Who's got control of your life? You may not be able to control the universe. You may not be able to control other people. You may not be able to control certain situations. But can you control your response to it? Can you control your reaction to everything? Can you still give off a good vibe no matter what's being thrown around you? Can you still stand up like in your full strength and your full force and say, keep it coming, bitch, throw it at me, because I know who I am, I know what I stand for, I know deep in my soul my strengths, and you will not keep me down. So that's what Pluto is asking. Have you learned how to be that? And the next one is Saturn. Saturn card, Capricorn card. Speak of the devil and he's sure to appear. Saturn is doing the same thing. He's saying, I've restricted you in so many ways. And not because I hate you, but because I love you. I want you to be able to focus. I want you to be disciplined. I want you to be able to grasp that you own your life. And I'll keep reducing it until you're only looking at yourself and not other people, not what they're doing, not how successful other people are and you're comparing yourself against them. It's not that. I'm going to reduce and it'll feel like a squeeze, but you've just got to reduce it down until you're looking at you. Are you happy with the direction in your life, or are you just a series of tasks? Are you just a series of ambitions that need to be fulfilled? Or is there more depth to you? What is your truth? What do you stand for? Where are your ambitions? Are they worthy or are they empty? Do you put yourself into your work? Do you put yourself into your relationships? Do you put yourself into your greater life experience? Or do you just, done that, as we keep saying, done that. Don't have to give any of myself, but I've given my time, I've given my effort, I've given my energy, I've given my money. I don't have to give anything of myself. Well, that's a very hollow and empty life. And I think you're really beginning to get that this month. And again, it's not to suggest that you are hollow or empty. It's just that what has been thrown at you over the recent years has made you feel that life perhaps is hollow and empty, and my only reaction to it is to just get my head down and just do all the things I hate, just to bring in money, to keep my friendships going, to keep the family going, just keep going. You're not a robot. Your soul and your life and your light has to be brought in to all the things in your life. You know, you want to get to a point, Capricorn, where, you know that old light bulb joke, how many Capricorns does it take to change a light bulb? And the answer will be none, because I bring my own light to the dark. That's where it's at. Okay, Capricorn, so they're heavy themes and they're powerful themes. This is the thing. This is not a period for you to lose anymore. It's quite the reverse. With Saturn retrograding, it's karmic. Instead, he's saying, this is where you need to start winning, to follow where the North Node is going to, 7th house, to get back, find new relationships, find new partnerships, find people that maybe you can learn from. If life has gotten you way down that you've forgotten how to be fun, a good partner, or blah, 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 then find people who do know how to do it and learn from them. Watch them, observe them, and get back into the game. That's the point. But get back into the game in your full power. And you know, around September, October, Pluto and Saturn will be going direct again. So between now and then, there's the energy of the two of them, like the big brother and the father saying, so what do you want to be when you're grown up? What do you want to be when you grow up? Because we're listening. And just like that, around September, October, we can make that happen. So who do you identify as? What do you identify as? If you for any moment identify as a victim, as a loser, as somebody who can never get ahead no matter how hard they push, that's got to go. It's got to go. Because you don't want that to be part of who you are. Because it's a lie. It's not who you are. Who you are is a bigger, broader being, like Jupiter is expanding in your 12th house. A child of the cosmos, somebody who is unrestricted, unbounded, who is not affected by anything that's thrown to them or by them. So now, Capricorn, I'm going to start choosing the cards. I know that was a long introduction, but I think it was important. Yeah, Pluto, Scorpion card coming out there. It's important for you to understand what these maybe complex energies are for you this month, but they are good energies, Capricorn. They're good for you, they're healthy for you, very healthy for you to examine and to make sense of. Yeah, the Magician coming out. I'll choose two cards for you, Capricorn, if you don't mind, because, one came out. Yeah, a new beginning, new start. Yeah, one more card. Will I choose it? Will I choose it? Yeah. Yeah, and Temperance. So that's really nice. So let's go over now, my love, over to the, ta-da, big grand overview. So it is time for you to get back into your emotions. Become somebody who has transformed from hiding their emotions, not wanting, as we said, to get involved with other people, not wanting to get involved with life, not wanting to taste the sweetness of life, taste the pleasures of life, drink the wine of life. And now the opportunity is coming for you to do that, for you to get back into that beautiful prime position on your throne, saying, I can laugh all of this off because I am back in touch with how I feel about everything. I'm not just some robot or some soldier that has to do this, do this. I've got feelings, I've got needs, I've got fun, I've got, don't make me break into song, I've got rhythm, but you've got all these things. You've got so much more that you've restricted in yourself. You're a talented person, you're a bright person, an ambitious person, you're a go-getter. Now, be that ambitious person about exploring all these other softer parts of you. And softer is not weak. I mean, soft is, say, the water aspect of us, the emotions, and water is not weak. It's one of the only natural things that will cut through a mountain and cleave right through the middle of it. So it's gentle flow, gentle power, spirituality, and being a good counselor to yourself, giving yourself good advice and good narrative. Now, Jupiter in Sagittarius can also be the narrative that we talk to ourselves with, the words that we encourage ourselves with or discourage ourselves with. And I think that's another big thing that has to happen here. Go back and speak softer to yourself. Be more gentle. Be kinder to yourself. Be kinder to yourself. When you are on your own, do you give yourself a hard time? Do you beat yourself up? Why? You're the responsible adult in your life. Would you do that to a child that you love? No. So you wouldn't do it to your beautiful soul. It's the same thing. Be gentle, be kind, and learn how to really begin that now, Capricorn, this month. Because this in turn, rather than making you a loser, this is what makes you stand up again on your own 2 feet, having learned the impossible in some cases, having learned the important lessons that probably weren't available to you before. There is potential now. This is an earth card. You again see your strongest potential, and this gives you security. This gives you foundation to stand on your own 2 feet emotionally, with a sense of, I can run ahead and get all the wonderful things I want in my life, but also attaching my passion to it. I'm doing it because I feel I want to do it, not because I'm told I have to do it. Yeah? And this love, this real strong sense of self-love, it acts as, it's almost like a graduation. You graduate through the school of hard knocks by learning how to be softer and more gentle. Now, for some of you, it could be a very mature and wise water sign, sun, moon, or ascendant in Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, that really shows you how this is done. Could very much be a Cancer, because they're quite ambitious like you, and you admire Cancerians. And you could say, look at them, they're actually as ambitious as I am, and as fired up and keyed up to do things as I am, but they add so much depth to it. I'm deep. Maybe I can learn from them how to release that and take part in something that's a bit more connected in the heart and the soul. I know I'm dwelling on that, but it seems to be very, very important for you, Capricorn, this month, for you to know thyself, know who you are, and have fun now taking that as part of your new mission. To change the work you're doing, change the contract you're in, change the relationships you're in so that it includes more passion, more heart, more surrendering to whatever happens, you know? There's you, there's your work, there's other people, there's you inside, and there's all those other people and things outside. And in the middle somewhere is the universe, is God, is the cosmos. Allow room for that dynamic to play out, you know? I don't want to get too deep, but I don't want to lose some of you with this concept, but I want to explain it because I believe you're going to feel it, okay? And again, in turn, what this does in all areas of your life, when you bring that heart and passion and soul back to everything in your life, joy comes back, optimism, a sense of excitement that you've a future to go to, that you've a new relationship to go to, a new business partnership to go to, a new job to go to, career. It's fresh, it's new, it's potentially anything you want it to be. And again, the 7, making a wish from your heart. I want to go into my future creating and doing things that maybe make me money, but that I'm passionate about, that I adore doing. I'm not going to work anymore. I've got to bring something to it, because you'll learn this month, Capricorn, with me saying it or not, that what adds depth, colour and dimension to everything is the depth, colour and dimension of your soul. What you infuse anything with gives it its depth, colour, clarity, dimension, and its life. Yeah. Now, for some of you going into the future, You are already thinking of something new. You already feel like you're coming out of the shadow and stepping out like that. Oh my God, I didn't realize there were so many possibilities in my life for my future. I had no idea. So you could get very, I don't know, it could be a real happy feeling, like a real good buzz about this, Capricorn, where you feel, I can do this, but I can also do that. I can have a new relationship, and I can have that too. It doesn't have to be all black and white. I can share my enthusiasm, my heart and my soul to lots of new different things. Creative things, relationships, anything. And again, it's almost like it feeds you with Aries season, 4th house energy, being nourished, being fed. Yeah. Now, some of you could have an Aquarius sun, moon or ascendant in your life, encouraging you to step out and be more in your life, encouraging you to take bolder risks, more dangerous risks, encouraging you to think more of yourself. An Aquarius could be telling you to stand up and have more confidence and not to be a loser, or to have that victim-loser mindset. It could be an Aquarius that has some great insights and says, you don't have to think like that. You don't have to be like that. You don't have to be a prisoner to that. Be free like me under the sky and the stars and make wishes. Yeah. But I love this. Capricorn, Saturn, really giving you the gift of your fire and passion and your humor, generosity. It's like setting a spark again to bring your magic back. But he does put you in the dark to make that happen. He puts you in a confined space. He squeezes you. But as we said about the light bulb joke, how many Capricorns does it take to change a light bulb? None, because I brought my own fire with me, brought my own light with me, and I can see in the dark with the psychic cat who has night vision. I've learned from you, Saturn. I've learned that I always had enough light in me to show me where I needed to go in the future, to show me that I can step out of the dark, and it might be difficult coming out of the shadow, but I can look up and see that there's a lot more going on. And she's turning to him with a sense of admiration, and he's waving to her. And it's like, high five. And she's offering a flower to him, and he's reaching down to take it. The flower is the sunflower, which follows the path of the sun. And the sun is in the 4th house of healing your inner temple, healing your inner space, healing your emotions, healing your connection to your own heart and your own soul. So it does come as a gift. You see, it's beautiful, Capricorn. It's beautiful. Now, for some of you on a very, very literal level, there could be great, great passion between you and a fire sign this month. Great passion, great camaraderie, great love, great sense of adventure, great sense of, you're also going to help me turn this around. You have a lot of support this month, Capricorn. Excuse me. You've all the water signs. You have an Aquarius, sun, moon or ascendant. And I think you've the fire signs, particularly in Aries season, pushing you on. There's a vibe about Aries season for you that always seems to be a bit challenging at first, but you grow from it. And it's the fiery Aries season handing you the flower, handing you the fire, teaching you how to love again, teaching you how to be passionate about your life again. And it seems there are truths coming. And these new truths, home truths, Capricorn, these truths act like the great big sword that help you destroy those old feelings that you don't want anymore. They help you surrender. They help finally to let some prison of the mind and the soul go. This is like the key through. But you see, the celestial hand hands the sword, and you in turn give it to the noble one, the noble death, riding the pale horse. He is a noble, and he is destroying, say, the priestly figure, the old beliefs. the king figure, the old structure, the way things used to always be done. Nobody does them like that anymore. Why suffer under it? Get rid of them. And anybody who stands in your path, because in the horizon the sun is coming up. It's like you found a truth and now you have permission to just say, the old is gone. I don't have to repeat patterns. Just because I had a love and it went doesn't mean that's going to be a future pattern. Just because I had success and then I lost my business, lost all my money, that's not a pattern. I had so much and I lost so much. That's me. That's not you. That's a lie. It's a lie to believe that that's you. A new truth will tell you otherwise, and it gives you that permission to go in like a wrecking ball and clear space in your life to do what? To bring the magic of you back. This is an earth card. Earth, you're an earth sign. And the earth sign in his full power, in his full throne, sitting solidly, comfortably, owning everything around him, but with a sense of purpose. We see this coin that he's holding. It doesn't just represent the physical solid things like a new house or a new car, which are all part of this journey too. But it's also, I'm not attached, but I am infusing everything I do with my spirit. There is no difference between my inner life and what I manifest outside of me. What is manifesting outside of me is being created inside of me. And that is the magic you're learning this month. There is certainly on a more literal level a new path for you to go, money-wise, career-wise, changing your house, changing your home, the things that you own and possess, and the things that you make money from, perhaps. There's an opportunity for you now to open that into something more profound, bigger. The magic is coming back. There is choice for you now, new choices. And life, new life. Some of you, there could be a new life coming, a new little family member, and congratulations if that's you, a new pet even, but certainly new life, a new injection of something being given to you, and Saturn is doing this for you. He really is. And Pluto also doing this for you, bringing you that home truth. And then arrives your power again, new power, rejuvenated. And this is a Sagittarius card. Again, Sagittarius could be influencing you this month too, but Jupiter is in Sagittarius, retrograding, saying you get your power back when you surrender and release the past, and particularly release what negative things that you used to or have done identified with. You cannot anymore identify as a loser, because in the bigger scheme of things, there is no winning or losing. There is no winning or losing. There is only understanding, and then knowing how to cultivate a better understanding of that, so that you can use it and maneuver your life in such a way where you are infusing but where you're cultivating your life, connecting your spirit to your life again, you know. Sorry, my love. So I'm going to leave it at that. I know it was a bit deeper, a bit heavier, but I feel that we needed to take a little bit of extra time to talk about some of the themes that might be coming up for you this month, because I think it's quite important. It's quite an important time for you where you get to make that, you know, decision to kind of let some of the older stuff go and to begin identifying as something new. So it needed a bit of extra time, I think, so I hope it wasn't too long for you. Anyway, and you know, of course, that this is just the general landscape, and you know by now where to go. You come to the VIMEO readings on the deep read, all linked down there below, so that we can get focused on the relationship, what might be changing there perhaps. For those of you who are single now, are there changes there? For your money and your career, same thing. For family, friends, issues, or anything else that might come up, we'll open all of it up and see how this energy might apply to those areas. So the deep read, the VIMEO readings, all linked down there below. Come along and we'll get right stuck into them, Capricorn, to see where we're at. And of course, my beauty, I'm going to leave you, as always, with all my love and a great, 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 great big kiss. Mwah. Until next month. Bye.